Alright, peace family, and back at y'all with something, another one. We're gonna do it a little different this time. It's about versatility, my channel, so I want to do a little bit of everything. And one of my biggest things is zombies, and zombie movies, the zombie genre. So these are my tips on how to survive a zombie apocalypse. Let's go. Tip number 1. Plan. Plan. I mean, it speaks for itself. When it's a zombie apocalypse, you gotta plan ahead. So, make sure you're prepped, make sure you're prepared, make sure you're equipped, make sure you got all your stuff ready, your bug out bag and everything, and plan. Like, you don't run for presidency if you don't plan ahead. You don't start up a business if you don't plan ahead. So when the zombie apocalypse, you plan ahead. You think 2-3 steps ahead of everybody else, and you'll be alive longer. You'll ensure your survival extended by a day at least. So number 1, plan ahead. Number 2, get your team together. Once you plan ahead, what's the thing you do? You realize what you're going to do. You gather your team. You call your family, you call your friends, you call your loved ones. You gather up your team, you gather all your people, and you move from there. That should be high up on the totem pole. It probably should be number 1, but I think planning should be number 1. The first, because you got to be organized. So plan ahead, and then number 2, get your team together. It'll be good if everybody had a different skill, some type of trait to bring to the table, depending on, no matter what it is. Everybody versatile, and several minds can conjure up something better than 1 or 2 minds. So that's number 2. Number 3, get out of Dodge. If you're in the city, get out the cities. You wanna go to low populated areas, like farms, prairies, rural America, things like that. Small towns in Arizona, maybe an island with most of all the resources that you got. Maybe you probably can bring some animals, or maybe there are animals indigenous to that specific island. That would be cool. If you came to the island on a boat, a yacht, cruise or something. Most modern boats got water filtration systems. So as long as you got tools and it's up and working, you got endless water. You can just use the seawater, clean it out. You got endless drinking water. You got fish and everything. So if you go to a lake or something, small populated lakes, you got the lake water and you got fish in the lake, and you can go hunting, do that. So that's number 3. Get out of the cities, get out of Dodge, and go to low populated areas. Number 4. Well, shit, I just said number 4 with number 3, but number 4 is basically number 3. Go to the countryside, go to the rural areas, go to islands, small towns. Make sure if you got a bunker, something like that, go there. Just get out of Dodge, basically. Number 5, find yourself a good structure. Once you get out of the areas, you gotta find a good structure to be able to live. You can't be out in the open, then you're vulnerable to zombies. You're vulnerable to bad people who might want to take your stuff and just do harm to you. You're vulnerable to the elements of the world. Rain, snow, all that stuff. So you gotta find yourself a good structure, a nice sturdy structure. So that's number 5. Number 6, once you find a good structure, you gotta fortify it. You gotta make it safe. Your place is only safe as how you make it. So we dealing in a post-apocalyptic world with zombies, and now you got people who, lawlessness. So you gotta fortify that place. You gotta make sure nothing be able to get in and out unless you want it to. So you gotta make sure that structure, wherever you at, is fortified. You gotta make sure it has a nice vantage point, so you'll be able to see 360 degrees on all areas. So you'll be able to know if anything coming, any zombies or anybody trying to come and maybe trying to steal your stuff or whatever, or trying to take over, seize your territory. So that's that. Number 7. Know how to farm. Once you get there and all that stuff, then you gotta know how to farm. You gotta learn how to grow, because you gotta grow, be able to grow food. Even if you come with food, with everything, or you find a little bit of food, you gotta be able to think about long term. So, know how to farm, know how to grow your crops, all that stuff. That's a good trait to have, because you gotta think about long term survival. Number 8. Number 8 kind of go with number 7, basically. And number 8 is long term survival. Think about it as long term. So make sure your place is sturdy enough for long term, because maybe you're gonna be there indefinitely. So you gotta make sure it's nice and fortified. It's nice and structured. It's a place where you can grow your food, grow your crops, have have animals or whatever that you can have there. If you want to have like live game, to be able to if you don't want to be like a vegetarian, so you gotta make sure it's long term. Make sure you got like like a water source there. That's good too, because you're gonna need a water source for long-term survival. So your place gotta have a water source, or a water source that's close by, that's not too hard to get to without too much risk to your community. Number 9, scavenge. You gotta be a scavenger, because even when you grow your crops and all that stuff, it's not gonna grow right away. So you gotta learn. You gotta know how to be a scavenger and go out, creep out, quietly. Do it with finesse, stealth. Have stealth mode, and know how to scavenge for goods, for medicines, anything, supplies, ammo, whatever y'all might need. So you gotta know how to scavenge. Number 10, find more good survivors. This is the end of the world we're talking about. So it's not really good when you're dealing in that type of situation to be, numberless. Strength is in numbers. So you want good people. So when I say find survivors, there's good survivors, people that are like minded, and some people who can contribute too. Somebody might got skills. Somebody who could have been a doctor in the world. Someone who probably was a fireman, who was a police officer. Someone who knew about electrician, about carpentry. Someone who was a chef. You know, someone who was a doctor, a nurse, a beautician, anything. You know, find people, because you're building up the community. You're building up the new world. It's y'all. So you gotta find more people. And last but not least, number 11, have a backup plan. Because you could be in your community and you can have everything from 1 through 10, and everything could be going smooth. But it could take that one time for something to go wrong in your community, maybe overrun with zombies or other people. So have a backup plan. Even though that's your place to live, don't let that be one egg in the basket. Have somewhere else to settle to, just in case that happens. If you living somewhere like in a bunker or something, have an escape hatch and somewhere to get out and go somewhere else. So if you're in your community for a while, for a few years, in that time you should be able to find another place to go to and secure that place, and make it livable, just in case if something happened, you got somewhere to go. So those are my 11 tips on how to survive a zombie apocalypse. I'll have more for you. So if you like this and you want to help grow the channel and help it grow the algorithm so it can pop up, just like, comment, subscribe, share. And if you I don't have a Venmo or Patreon set up, but if you want to support me and support my brand, you can cash at me at Cash App $CAHREELYNCH. That's $CAHREELYNCH at Cash App. Alright, I'll holla at y'all, and I'll talk to y'all the next one. Peace.